Hey guys, welcome back to Clashing with Corey. Been probably 8 or 9 days since I made a video. As a few of you guys already know, I was on my honeymoon in Cancun, so no clashing while on my honeymoon and no putting out videos during that time either. It was an amazing trip, amazing experience. I swam with sharks, I swam with dolphins, I swam out in the open ocean right next to a sea turtle that was as big as I am. It was amazing, but I'll get into that more later. Right now I'm going to bring you guys a video on miners. They're super hot right now. Since the Siege Machine came out, we got a lot of people running Hound CCs to really kind of throw off that first fresh hit. And a lot of times if you have a Hound in the CC, it can really screw up a kill squad. It can really negate the value that your queen gets when she gets stuck on that Hound and has to kill all the pups. So, a lot of people are using them. We're probably seeing half the bases that we're facing are using Hounds now to try and screw up that first fresh hit, because the Siege Machines are so powerful. We're seeing more Troll Teslas and we're seeing more Hounds in the CC. So when you've seen somebody hit a base that has a Hound CC, and if they fail on it, an excellent option is always going to be mass miners. So with that, we're going to get right into, I got 3 attacks picked out for you. 2 mass miners and 1 queen walk miner. First one's going to be my hit. As soon as this base was failed on, I called it immediately because I saw from the shape of it that I really wanted to hit it with miners. Now, I bring my Siege Machine into an area where there's really not that many defenses, and I put my king down right next to him, that Siege Machine, because I wanted to carve out that side of the base so that my miners just had an L shape really to go through for the rest of it. So then I put my queen down on top. I let her take out the first couple buildings, and then I put my miners in right after. Now, you don't want to wait too long to put your miners in. You want your heroes to at least cut in the funnel, but if you wait too long to put your miners in, then your heroes are just going to die really early. So it's fine balance. Let your heroes cut those first couple buildings. As soon as that funnel's ready or almost ready, get those miners in there to tank the defenses, because that's going to keep your heroes alive, moving around the outside of the base, trimming that trash, and in the queen's case, even firing on defenses inside. So you'll see my heroes are going to stay up this whole raid. Now look at my spells there. I had 2 freezes and no poisons, because this was already hit. This guy did not even put a loon in there with his Hound. So I brought freezes because I knew I wasn't going to have to, well, he had like a wizard and an archer. I knew my miners could deal with that. Didn't need a poison. So I brought a couple freezes, and I just threw them in a couple places. On the first one, I froze 3 X-bows. And, that's actually all the spells I'm going to need on this raid. Cut that nice L shape out. Had a couple freezes in there too. Look how many miners I got left. Going to swag that heal right there in the core. Normal comp for this is going to be almost all miners. You might have 1 wizard and a couple goblins or something for some edge buildings, but usually it's going to be 39 or 40 miners. Then you're going to have 4 heals with 1 rage. Normal comp, you're going to bring 2 poisons. The first max one is for that loon that usually comes with the Hound, and the second one is in case you missed that loon with the first one, or if your queen ends up popping the lava Hound later on, that second poison can really help to deal with the lava pups. Some guys only bring 1. I like to have 2 though if he's got a loon in the CC, because guess what? I've missed the loon with that first poison before, and you don't want to be in that situation not have another poison to kill it. And again, a lot of times in these raids, your queen will pop the lava Hound towards the end of the raid, so it's nice to have that second poison to help her with the lava pups as well. So there's the first hit, just a straight up mass miner attack. Second one, I think we're going to go up to the top of the map. Let me get my notes here. It's going to be King Tut on 15. It's going to be another mass miner hit. Now, he's got 1 poison and 1 freeze, so I'm guessing this guy's got a loon in his CC with that Hound, and he's going to use poison for that. King Tut's been in a lot of my videos. He was in a lot of my videos in WHF2, and now he's going to be in a lot of my videos up here in WHF main, I'm sure. So he brings a couple minions in on the outer edge buildings. He's going to create a funnel so that his hero, or his king, walks right into that base and takes out these 3 buildings right here, which will keep the miners funneling into the core. Now on the other side, he's going to use 1 miner for that army camp to funnel it out of the way, and then he's going to bring his queen down to take care of these buildings to do the same thing on this side. Keep those miners going into the base and not lose a big group to the outside. You want to try and get as thick a group of miners through the core of the base as you can. So that's what your heroes are doing on the edges, and maybe just a couple funneling troops, trying to get that funnel built so that all your miners go into the core of the base where all those defenses are. So he brings in his siege machine in a nice area. The loon actually gets stuck on it there, and he's able to get the poison down, and then he freezes it as well. Keep that loon in it long enough. That's one way you could go. I like to go with the double poison. Just a matter of preference there. So usually your one rage that you bring with these raids is used, somewhere in the middle of the base where you have some really high hit point buildings, maybe several expos or an expo, a wizard tower, and the clan castle. If the buildings are really thick in there, really high hit points, a rage will really speed your miners through that section of the base and out to the back end. So he's got to be patient with this last heal. At this point, usually your miners spread out. Look, he's losing a bunch down here. It happens. Not a big deal. Once they take care of those buildings, they're going to come back in here in a big group, and that's when he's going to use his heal. You'll notice he really doesn't have any splash buildings left, unless you count mortars. I don't really count mortars. They just really don't do that much damage. So his miners are not going to have a problem, especially with that heal, getting through the rest of this base. And look at that hound running around. Unpopped. That's what you want to see on a miner hit. You want to see the base destroyed with a hound running around chasing him still, because there's nothing that's going to target that hound anymore. You know what I mean? Nothing to pop it, so you don't ever have to deal with those pups. The amount of damage that the lava hound itself does is next to nothing, so it really doesn't affect your ground troops at all. Alright, and now we're going to go down to a hit that Rolex did. If you guys have watched any of my other videos, you know that's the new name that Lexnos is playing with on one of his accounts, is Rolex. So he's going to bring in he's going to get an archer on that town hall right away. Super high hit points, so he's got that whole 3 minutes for that archer to get through it, or at least make it to where when his other troops get there, it's not going to take as long to get through. Now he's got his queen walk started. That's a pretty brave spot, because she is going to be in range of the single target inferno. And you'll see he's waiting for her to get a couple of those buildings out of the way. And he's got a king down on the other side. I might have dropped the king first, because it's going to take him a while to get through that gold storage. But he's got the miners coming in close behind. You want to get the miners in soon enough that they're going to actually do the tanking for your heroes on the outside, because that's going to keep them alive long enough to keep trimming those edge defenses and keep cleaning that trash on the outside. So he did have to pop his queen, because when the miners went under, that single target inferno did lock onto her. He's got a poison freeze for his hounded loon as well. And once again, that loon goes right to the siege machine. Works out really well. So on this, you got a couple options how you use the siege machine. Sometimes you put them in with the middle. A lot of folks do that, and that way it does some tanking for your miners coming behind, and usually max miners inside of it. Or you can use it, depends on the base, totally depends on the base. You'll see, like the one that I did at first, I used it in on the edge to actually carve out a little section of the base so that my miners would stay in a smaller path, more condensed. So definitely two ways you can use it. It totally depends on the base. You see a lot of guys that throw it in right in the middle, right in front of their miners. Sometimes it's tanking a wizard tower on the edge, or, wizard tower, bomb towers, those sort of things. Those are going to do the most damage to your miners, not to mention giant bombs. So if you can tank some of those splash damage buildings with your siege machine on the way in, then that's definitely going to be probably saving a heal spell for your miners. Another heal spell you can use later on in the raid. So, when you choose to use a queen walk, you don't get to take as many miners. Like, he had about 30 miners in this raid, and a 4 healer queen walk as well. So, he doesn't have as many miners left over, but he does have a full health queen that's still got 2 healers. And this whole raid, I think, was only like 2 minutes and 10 seconds, so he's got plenty. One thing you definitely don't want to do, you don't want to start your miners too early. You got to let your heroes, at least cut the funnel, but as soon as it gets cut, or right before it gets cut, you want to get all your miners in there, because if you wait too long to put down your miners, then your heroes are going to die out. Even with the queen charge, it's not like you're saving a rage for her usually, so if she's taking the full brunt of all those defenses on the edge, there's a good chance she's going to die out before the end of the raid. So I hope you guys liked the video. Again, we're seeing so many more miner raids. They got buffed, and so many more people are running hounds in their CC again. And if you see a hound in a CC, think miners first. It's the easiest, simplest, probably one of the most reliable ways to take down a base that's got a hound in the CC. Whether it's a hound loon, a hound, wizard, whatever, it works excellent. So keep that in mind, and you're going to be wrecking bases that have hounds in the CC. Thanks for tuning in. If you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the next video.